Arthur Leon Barr was born on October 6, 1966, in Portland, Oregon. He was the son of a wrestler, referee, and promoter for that region, Sandy Barr, and the younger brother of Jesse Barr, who would also go on to be a wrestler. After being trained by his father, his older brother, and Matt Osborne, Art Barr would debut on April 2, 1987 in Pacific Northwest Wrestling for promoter Don Owens. Around 1989, born out of an idea from Roddy Piper, who was the booker, along with the grappler Len Denton for PNW, Art Barr was given the gimmick Beetlejuice based off the 1988 film by Tim Burton. The popularity of the gimmick soon caught the attention from Jim Herd, who was the executive for WCW at the time. However, a serious allegation which he would later plead guilty to would end Barr's wrestling career in the U.S., and he will soon seek employment outside the country. Art Barr's stint in WCW as the Juicer wouldn't last long due to his legal issue, and was soon released from the company. He was also banned from performing in his state of Oregon by its sports commission. With his wrestling career seemingly over in the United States, Barr was brought into Mexico for the promotion EMLL by Conan. Barr started wrestling for the promotion under a mask called the American Love Machine to great success as a babyface. In a mask versus mask match against Blue Panther, Barr would lose due to a disqualification by hitting a piledriver on Panther, a move that was banned in Mexico. Shortly after unmasking, Barr would follow Conan to a newly formed promotion AAA in 1992, founded by Booker Antonio Peña, when he had a falling out over creative with his boss Paco Alonso of EMLL. As a heel this time around in a newly formed promotion, Barr would shorten his name to the Love Machine and form a tag team with Eddie Guerrero, who turned heel himself when he backstabbed his then tag team partner, El Hijo del Santo. They would go on to be one of the most hated and successful tag teams in Lucha Libre history, called Los Gringos Locos, which translated to the Crazy Americans. Due to their growing popularity, the two would form a faction that had Conan, Black Cat, King Lion, Chicano Power, El Misterioso, Jake Roberts, and Madonna's boyfriend, aka Luis Piccoli, and Rad Radford in the WWF as its members. Despite all the success and popularity, Barr became depressed and homesick as his family were still in Oregon. To find solace, he would turn more and more to alcohol and drugs, which would eventually become his downfall. On November 6, 1994, with joint effort from WCW, AAA would hold their When Worlds Collide pay-per-view in Los Angeles to a sellout crowd of 13,000. This was considered to be the event that showcased Lucha Libre to the larger American audience. Art Barr would be in the biggest match of his career, and it would also be his last appearance. In the semi-main event, Barr and Guerrero would take on El Hijo del Santo and Octagon in a 2 out of 3 falls hair versus mask match. Barr and Guerrero would lose, and both would get their hair shaven. This went on to be one of the greatest pay-per-view matches of all time. During this time, a lot of plans were made for the team to work in WCW, ECW, and overseas with New Japan. However, none of these plans would materialize, as Art Barr would be found dead at his home from a drug-induced heart attack just 17 days after the AAA pay-per-view. He was only 28 years old.